Good afternoon. Thank you for the welcome. I want to thank, first of all, President Berkman and the folks at CSU for hosting us here. We're here because, first of all, because we're commanded by law to be here, because the new charter mandates this structure exist. But we're also here because the gravity of the situation that we're facing economically also commands us or demands that we be here, because we're at a turning point or a tipping point where this region and this county in particular could go in either direction. We're under incredible economic pressure, national, international, and we have to figure out a way to respond to it. This commission was formed because it was a recognition that we were pulling in too many different directions. So what you have here today, really for the first time in the history of this county, is you have the leaders of the largest economic drivers in this area, and they are seated in the same room with trying to come up with a common agenda. That's not the end of the mission, but it's the way to start to fulfill the mission that we have set for ourselves. You haven't had meetings before where leaders from the city of Cleveland, the Cuyahoga County, the private sector, the nonprofit sector, labor, the Port Authority, all of these different folks coming together at the same time and saying what makes sense in terms of a plan for the future. The Economic Development Commission is tasked by charter to develop, for the first time in the history of the county, a comprehensive 5-year economic development plan for Cuyahoga County. The way that the process will work is after the membership of the commission is clarified, or filled out, I should say, we will end up deliberating, and that plan that we end up drafting will go for approval both by this body and then by the county council. And then it will be renewed on an annual basis. If the process works, it is going to be an open process. We are going to solicit opinions and advice from all different sectors of the economy, from the university community to the nonprofit sector, to entrepreneurs, to the corporate sector, and that's the process that we'll be going through. This is a particularly opportune time to go through this process because we have approximately $6 billion worth of development which is slated to happen in the next few years in Cuyahoga County. That includes things like the Medical Mart, the casino, the Flats East Bank project, the Interbelt Bridge project. All of these things are going to put people to work. I should mention also all the work that's happening in the medical sector, particularly around the University Circle area. All these things are going to put people to work, but we've got to make sure that we design a system that makes sure that they are interconnected and that they provide not just a one-time economic benefit, but that they also provide economic opportunities of a long-lasting and fair basis.
One of the things that I think is really neat is that you see all the pieces and parts are right here. We've got the infrastructure, we've got the operations, we've got fabulous schools. You look at our schools over like at Max Hayes, where we're developing talent, young talent to join into like the manufacturing sector, the service sector. If we can get the manufacturing sector and the medical to working together, so the medical devices are being made here, they're being installed here, they're being utilized here, we'll get a multiplier effect. And that multiplier effect is going to ripple into hospitality, the hotel space, conventions coming here, and I think it's just, it won't happen tomorrow, and it won't happen tomorrow after that, and it won't happen the tomorrow after that. But if we put the series of those tomorrows together, we'll have Northeastern Ohio's future.
The Port Authority is a robust tool for economic development, and I would emphasize tool. We want to be part of an overall strategy, ample opportunities to look to the Port Authority with their bond financing program. We can own and hold assets. We're really kind of a business arm or a business extension of the county and the city.
Well, the men and women of the labor community couldn't be more thrilled to see a commitment to economic development, because we see that as a commitment to creating jobs. And in fact, without job creation, a lot of this is very hollow. And I think everything I've read, and the new administration is certainly committed to raising the quality of life for all residents of this county, and that's what the labor movement is about. So we feel like we're totally in sync with everything that's going on at this point.
I think we should focus on entrepreneurship and the development of small businesses. To me, that is where the bulk of the growth is going to come from. And in terms of business growth, that's important. But obviously, job growth is what we also want. But I don't think you can look at job growth independently. I think you have to look at business growth and hope that the end result will be employment.
We're here to talk about jobs, and not only short-term and mid-term, but long-term jobs and what the county can do to be a job creator over the next 5 years. And we're going to go out and talk with business leaders across the county and the region. We'll be talking to other nonprofit leaders in the region that are doing economic development, have been doing economic development on their own and also with the county over the past several years. So we're going to go back and ask people, what are the good things that the county does? How can they do them better? We've got a terrific base to build on, and how do we look forward for the next 5 years to Cuyahoga County where people are employed in good jobs and a vibrant community.
One of the secondary roles of the Commission is to get all of the assets that we have in the community that are so strong, that are unparalleled by most any other region in the entire United States, maybe even the world, and getting those things working together. If we can get our engine firing on all cylinders, we're going to be taking off in the next couple of years.